guys, long time no talk. Um, a lot of things have been happening in my life, which is super exciting for me, and I have been taking a break from YouTube, just to like focus on myself. And I actually made a Switch. I bought a computer system and a microphone and a webcam to play cozy, wholesome games. My Twitch is Cozy and Pink, and it is super duper fun. So if you want to join me there on the weekends, I do stream at 10 p.m. and it's super fun. So yeah. So today we're going to talk about some manga that I bought. I know I bought more than I have in this collection right here, but I don't have the memory of what I bought. So I'm just gonna show you what I have bought that I remember. So yeah. So the first thing I bought was Say Story. And Say Story is a a continuation of Peach Girl Volume 1 and Peach Girl Change of Hearts, and then Say Story, and then Peach Girl Peach Girl Next. So Say Story is after Change of Hearts, and it is about Say Story and like how she is left after Momo goes to college with Toji and Keely, and Say is left behind, and she is figuring out like her high school love story and stuff like that. I really don't like Say. I have a love-hate relationship with her. I find her just really immature because, of course, she's a high schooler. But I kind of like her because I feel like she's gonna have that redeeming arc, and I'm super excited to look forward to that because I want to know what happens to her. Like, does she grow as a person? Does her and Momo actually become friends? Like, what happens? So I got these at Half Price Bookstore. The third volume was $20, which is kind of expensive. See, but these books are out of print and they're so hard to find that I was willing to spend $20 on this because people will resell them for $100 on Depop and Macari, and I was like, nah. And then these two were $15, so I got these ones. So I got the whole set for about $50, which wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. The next thing I got from Half Price Bookstore is this manga called Complex Age, and it's actually about a cosplayer who is 26. She's an office worker and she cosplays. She is very notorious with other cosplayers, so she's known. And it says in this that her hobby is silly to the rest of society, so she has to keep her two worlds separate. However, as demands from both sides of her life begin to increase, she may one day have to make a tough choice. What's more important to her, cosplay or being normal? And I really love this because, okay, cosplay is so normalized nowadays. Like, it's like cool and it's like celebrated within the anime community. A lot of the younger generation is like, shedding light to cosplay as like a cooler aspect. But back when I was in like middle school to high school, cosplay and anime was like a loser thing. Like, you were a nerd if you liked anime or if you liked cosplay. So in a way, I can see this being relatable to my high school and middle school self. Not the new age of cosplay, but back to the olden ages of cosplay. And I'm sure adults who were like born in the 90s are born before me. I was born in 97. Have felt a higher pressure of how cosplay was perceived back then. So I was super excited to get this. The art style does look a little bit older, but I really enjoy the summary and the concept of this. So I'm super excited to read this. This is only $6.49, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy it for $7. So the next thing I got at Half Price Bookstore. If you have a Half Price Bookstore, I suggest going to it. They sell a lot of shoujo manga, a lot of Tokyo Pop, and really good 2000s manga. So if you're into that kind of art style and those storylines that happened in the 2000s, totally suggest Half Price Bookstore. This is Golden Time. I've seen the anime adaptation. I've only seen one episode though, and it's basically about a guy who's in university and he's a college freshman, and he wants to forget about his past, so he like, makes new friends and whatever. And then a girl named Kaga, um, she's another new student. She slaps him across the face with a bouquet of roses. Just who is this intimidating beauty, and what is her connection to Mitsu, and what does this all mean for Banri's dreams of a blissful college life? So, this is a shoujo, and I've seen like glimpses of it on the anime adaptation, but I've only seen like half of an episode. So, but these were $7 each, and I love it. I love shoujo. I will read anything shoujo. Now, before I get into the spiciness of my my little haul, I got. Oh, I shouldn't have put it down there. Oh my god. Volume 9 of Sweat and Soap. I'm only on Volume 2 of Sweat and Soap, but I really love this series, so I've been collecting as I've been reading Volume 2. Sweat and Soap, I heard from Laura Nezer. Oh, I don't know how to say her name. But she's a TikToker, and her ad is Sweat and Soap Laura, I think. And she talks about this volume having bullying, and like you really get to see Asako's like past and why her trauma built her to the way she is now. So I'm really excited for volume 9. I got it at Barnes & Noble's for about $13. So yeah. It was also the last one, so it's kind of bented over here. Like, I don't know if y'all can see that crease. I really don't care if my manga's like not in good condition because it's just for me to read. So I really didn't mind that. So yeah, but if you do, then that's cool. The next mangas I got are gonna start going into my BL collection. I've been reading a lot of BL on like Lezen and Tapas, and I read BL like what's the word? Oh, manhwas. I read a lot of manhwas, and we'll get into the one that I bought. But Jealousy is I think it's about a mafia or something like that. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's about a yakuza. Love those tropes, gangstas and like normal people. Yeah. But they don't have volume 1, so I had to order it. But I got volume 2 and 3, and I'm super excited to read these. The next one is more of a wholesome BL. It's called I Can't Reach You, and it's about 2 high schoolers who are in love, but they can't tell each other. One is your average dorky friend who struggles to do anything right, and the other one is almost good at everything, and he's like super popular. So I love those tropes as well, so I'm super excited to read this. Okay. The next things I got was Love Stage. Love Stage is a anime, and I saw the anime before I ever read the manga, or if I'm ever going to read the manga. Love Stage is about a boy who, when he's a child star actor because his parents were like famous actors, and he stars into a commercial as a girl. And the little other boy who sees him as the girl falls in love with him instantly. And when they fast forward to adults, the little boy who fell in love with the girl finds out that the girl is actually the boy. And he struggles with like, do I like him because he's a boy? Like that's like gay. Like no, I'm not into that. And you just like go into their love story, and I love Love Stage. I also really love the art. Like, look at them. The anime art is super pretty as well. Like, the little marble that's, like, given in the anime, pretty. The next thing I got is The World's Greatest Love. First Love. I really liked this anime when I was a kid. I think it's by the same person who did JoJo Romantica. Or Junju Romantica, I don't know how to say it. But basically it's about a guy who, back in high school, he fell in love with his senior, and they had sex, and then his senior laughed, but he was laughing because he was so happy, and the other guy took it as like, oh, he's laughing at me. So they kind of like never talk to each other again. I think he actually transfers schools. So when they grow up, the boy goes into what's it called? To an editor company for publishing for Marukawa Publishing, and he's only perceived that he got it because he has like family connections. Well, it turns out that this guy who he fell in love with works there, so now you got some tension. And I am super excited to have this manga in my collection because the anime was so good. It made me cry. And then this is not BL, but I forgot it was in the pile. This is Jujutsu Kaisen, and I usually don't watch shonen. The only shonen I watched that I liked was Demon Slayer. But because this kind of reminds me of the same, not that they're the same, but this reminds me of Demon Slayer, I decided to give it a chance, and I love it. I'm on episode 2, and it's so good. So I got the manga. I got the first volume, which is really hard to find at my Barnes & Nobles. Okay. Super excited for this one. I spent $157 on all 4 volumes, and I'm so sad, but it was so worth it. I got BJ Alex. I got all 4 volumes. I think there's 6, but I only got 4. Because your girl was not about to spend $230 on 6 volumes. I'm poor. So, this is Chanwoo, my favorite. I love him. And then, this is MD. This is, I don't know how to say his name, but he goes by DJ. And this is Jinwoon. So this is a manhwa, and I first read it illegally on some random website, and then I found it on Lezen, and I like read it on there, and I was like, so I had to buy it. This is my favorite ever. BJ Alex is about DJ, the guy I showed you. He watches, okay, so basically, BJ Alex is not his name. Like, it does not mean what you think it means. I mean, it might. But, it's basically cam voice. And, DJ, well, JD, one of those. I forgot how to say his name. I think it's DG. He finds BJ Alex. And he, does his thing behind the screen. Yeah. And one day, he actually meets BJ Alex in person because BJ Alex is Jinwoon, his senior in college. And he finds out because BJ Alex has a birthmark on his torso, and one day, DG gets drunk, and Jinwoon takes him out, takes him home, and he's changing out of his Jiwoon's shirt, and DG sees the birthmark and says, "Hey, are you BJ Alex?" And he's like, "No, who is that?" And DG is like, "You have a birthmark, you liar." And he tells Jinwoon his whole life story about how he knows he's BJ Alex because BJ Alex actually did a stream about his birthmark, so that's how he knows. And then he's like, "You better not tell anyone or I'll fuck you up." And DJ's like, "No, okay, but like, if we're never gonna talk again, can I have a hug?" And then BJ Alex is like, "Oh, I fucking guess." And then he's like, "Well, I'm already hard, so like, let's like, just do it." And then you find out that DG is a virgin, and Alex is like, "Oh my fucking god, nah." So, you just go through the story of their love and how they become together, and it's beautiful. I'm really bad at summaries, but I love it. But this is my manga haul, and I was super excited to share with you guys. So I hope you really liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.